Hello and welcome to Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima Edet, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State. Republic of Benin Independence Anniversary. Senate resumes screening of El Rufai, Umuahi, 12 others today. Plus, President Xi Jinping replaces leaders of China's elite nuclear force. We'll bring you details of these stories and more in a moment. Many thanks for joining us. First in the news this afternoon is Nigeria's leader, President Bola Tinubu, who is currently in Cotonou to attend the 63rd independence anniversary of the Republic of Benin. President Tinubu on his arrival was received by President Patrice Talon and some top government officials. He is accompanied by some of his political aides and 6 governors, including Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Seyi Makinde, Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak, Nasir Idris, and Muhammad Bago, amongst others. Meanwhile, President Tinubu has said that the federal government of Nigeria has saved 1 trillion naira in 2 months since the removal of the petrol subsidy. Tinubu said these monies that would have been otherwise squandered by those he called smugglers and fraudsters will now be channeled into intervention programs targeting families nationwide. While acknowledging the hardship occasioned by an unavoidable lack in palliative measures, he urged Nigerians to look beyond the present temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. The president also promised to get the nation out of the present economic turbulence through the measures his administration has taken so far.
My fellow citizens, I want to talk to you about our economy. Its economic challenges this nation had long faced for several years. This once beneficial measure had outlived its usefulness. Sum of money would have been better spent on public transportation, health care, school, housing, and even national security. Instead, it was being funneled into the deep pocket and lavish bank account of a selected group of individuals. This group had amassed so much wealth and power that they became a serious threat to the fairness of our economy and the integrity of our democratic governance.
A special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity. This is made known in a statement by the Director of Information, Office of Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Willie Bassi. According to the statement, the appointment takes effect from 31st July and will terminate at the end of the current administration unless otherwise decided by the President. The President urged him to bring his wealth of experience to bear on the new assignment. Away from that, the federal government has ordered security agencies to beef up surveillance patrols around the second Niger Bridge and its surroundings to prevent further vandalism. A permanent secretary, Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Mahmouda Maman, disclosed these in Asaba Delta State while inspecting the bridge. Maman, while condemning the removal of some metal components from the bridge by vandals, stressed that the host communities must get involved as the protection of national assets could not be left to the security agencies alone. Recall that the federal government had on July 12 raised the alarm that 336 billion naira bridge was already being vandalized barely 1 month after it was opened in May by former President Muhammadu Buhari. And from the red chambers, the Senate has resumed screening of former governors Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna and Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, as well as 12 other ministerial nominees today. A presidential spokesman chamber. Others include Wale Edun, Musa Dagiwa, Uche Naji, Stella Okoite, Adebayo Adelabu, Mohammed Idris, Ali Pate, Doris Uzoka, Ikberikbe Ekbo, and Hanatu Musawa. Recall that the Senate had on Monday screened 14 of the 28-man ministerial nominees forwarded to effectively oversee the implementation. Otimi made the pledge in a statement today following the nationwide broadcast by President Bola Tinubu. According to the statement, the House commended Tinubu for a statement empathized with Nigerians whom it stated had been distressed due to the gap between the removal of the subsidy and the implementation of palliative measures. It expressed optimism that the policies and initiatives announced by the President would be expedited to bring succor to the people. In a separate development, the Congress, while stating that the Tinubu's administration had failed to show cooperation and dialogue with members of the organized labor, noted that it was open knowledge that the review of minimum wage would commence in 2024 as stipulated by law. A statement which was signed by the national president Joe Ajaro said, organized labor has been forced to negotiate with empty space on the federal government's side as the federal government has not matched its public promises with firm commitment to negotiate in good faith. Move now to Africa, where the French Foreign Ministry said that it will soon start evacuating its nationals in Niger following a coup last week. It said that amid the deteriorating security situation, evacuations by air were being prepared last week by troops from his presidential guard after they seized power in less than 3 years. Still in Africa, Burkina Faso and Mali have issued a joint statement saying that they would regard any military intervention in Niger as a declaration of war on them. Recall that the regional organization ECOWAS threatened to use force to reinstate Niger's elected President Mohamed Bazoum, who was deposed in a coup on Wednesday. But Burkina Faso and Mali said in such a scenario that they would come to the defense of their eastern neighbor and would also quit ECOWAS. Reports say the warning from the two junta-led countries marks a significant twist that could escalate the volatile regional situation. To the foreign scene now, where China's President Xi Jinping has replaced two leaders of an elite unit managing its nuclear arsenal. The president named the former Deputy Navy Chief Wang Hebing and Party Central Committee member Zhou Xingshang as replacements. Reports say General Li Yongchou, who headed the People's Liberation Army (PLA) Rocket Force unit, and his deputy had disappeared for months, leading to the replacement. Still on the foreign scene, Russian Defense Ministry says the country's military chief of staff Valery Gerasimov has visited the front lines in the Zaporizhia region. The ministry said Gerasimov inspected the command post of the troop grouping in the Zaporizhia direction. The Defense Ministry added that Gerasimov drew attention to the timely identification of the arrival, the launching of preventive strikes against it, and the conduct of counter-battery warfare during the inspection. And still to come in the news, Netherlands beats Vietnam 7-0 to win Group E WWC ahead of U.S. To stay with us.
Business exists only to meet the needs of the people, but there's an extra advantage if your product and services are pitched on a platform that gives you the added advantage over your competitors. For your desired return on investment and so much more, advertise on Spectrum Television, on StarTime's DTH Channel 421 and on free-to-air with a frequency of 12733. Spectrum Television, broadening your horizon.
Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has exempted primary and mortgage banks (PMBs) and MFBs that provide banking services to the poor from its cash withdrawal limit. The Apex Bank gave the directive in a circular release to banks and other institutions, which was signed by the Director, Payment System Management Department, Musa Jamor. We stated that the directive is to enable them continue to pay their role expected in the economy and provide specialized retail banking service to their customers. Still in business, figures from the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has revealed that the country's external reserve lost $167.2 million in July, as the naira fell further to the dollar. The figures obtained from the CBN, a movement of external reserve, also showed that the reserves, which ended June 30th, 2023 at $34.12 billion, fell to $33.95 billion as of July 28, 2023. Reports say in the past 2 weeks, the naira fell from $820 per dollar to $868 per dollar at the parallel market on Monday. The investors and in window on the FMDQ, the naira trading commenced at 784.91 per dollar and reached We move to health, where the Nasarawa state government has said no fewer than 23,224 residents of the state have tested positive for the viral hepatitis B and C infection. Permanent Secretary of the State Ministry of Health, Dr. Janet Ambazo, disclosed this during a press briefing held in commemoration of the 2023 World Hepatitis Day tagged "We are not waiting, one life, one liver" in Lafayette. She explained that a total of 229,682 individuals were screened, out of which 23,224 residents tested positive for the disease, adding that some of the infected persons are presently being treated in government hospitals across the 13 local government areas of the state. The permanent secretary further appealed to the general public to make themselves available for HBV and HCV testing in government hospitals across the 13 local government areas of the state, and to avoid the use of unsterilized sharp objects, sharing of needles or syringes, and the transfusion of unscreened blood and blood products. Still in health agencies in Bauchi, Gombe and Jigawa have announced plans to distribute over 2 million doses of drugs to stem the spread of neglected tropical diseases (NTDs). The state also scaled up sensitization activities and trained health personnel to enhance surveillance, detection and treatment of the disease. Reports say NTDs are a diverse group of tropical infections that are common in low-income populations in developing regions of Africa, Asia and the Americas. To sport now, where the Netherlands have topped Group E of the Women's World Cup ahead of the United States as they secured a 7-0 victory over Vietnam. Esme Broad scored 2 sublime, near-identical calling efforts either side of the brink, while Jill Rood netted twice, with Lieke Martens, Ketja Snodge and Danielle van de Dok the other Dutch scorers. Reports say the 2019 runners-up will be in action against the runners-up from Group G in the first last 16 on Sunday. Still in sports, Atlanta striker Rasmus Holland is set to undergo medical with Manchester United today ahead of a proposed move. Both clubs have agreed a deal worth £64 million plus £10 million in add-ons for the 20-year-old. Holland is poised to become Erik ten Hag's third signing of the summer after Mason Mount and Andre Onana. He has already agreed terms on a 5-year deal with the option of a further year at Old Trafford. On our entertainment, Nigerian singer Adekunle Gold's 5th project, Aquila Ever After, has raised the singer to another point in his artistic evolution, as his music and style exude the properties of a rock star. Speaking on how he made his latest album, Gold shared that he had what he likes to call a life-changing shot of tequila, and the liquor placed him in a fantastic mood and inspired him to make his best music yet. Still on entertainment, American actor and cast of HBO's popular series Euphoria, Angus Cloud, has reportedly passed away. Angus, who played the much-loved character Fees O'Neill in the teen drama, died yesterday at his family home in Oakland, California. According to reports, his family reported that he had struggled with the passing of his father, who was laid to rest in Ireland last week and battled with suicidal thoughts. The actor has starred in numerous films but landed his breakout role in Euphoria from 2019 through 2022. spectrumtv.ng. You've been watching Spectrum TV News at 2. I am Francis Oyima, edit. Many thanks for being there, and a happy new month.